Hi everyone, it's Karen at Close to My Heart, and today I'm here to show you how to make a couple of fun projects. We'll be learning how to create our own gift box like this one, and we'll also be learning how to create this fun small envelope that you could use for a cute note. That one says love you, or you could use it to put a treat inside. All kinds of things you could use this little guy for, to put on a gift. So let's start with the box. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised how easy this is to create. I'm just going to do it on a plain piece of cardstock. You can see we've decorated this one up, which you can do once you make your box and practice it for once or twice, but I think you're gonna be really pleasantly surprised how simple that is. So I'm just gonna set that over to the side just a little bit. This box, I should start by telling you, is 4 inches square, and then each of the sides is 2 inches. So when we think about that, we're going to need a piece of paper that is 4 inches plus 2 on each side, because it's a square box, which means 8-inch square piece of cardstock to start with. So let's move that guy over to the side and grab ourselves a trimmer. What we need to do is score. I've already cut myself an 8-inch piece of cardstock. And what we're going to do is score it at 2 inches all the way around. Now, once I've shown you how to make it, I'll explain to you how you can make different sizes, but we're going to make a box exactly this size. So let's put it in our trimmer. Because the center is 4 inches and the sides are 2, what we're going to do is score it at 2 inches all the way around to create those sides. And you can score however you'd like. You can use a scoring blade in your trimmer. You can use some sort of stylus. I personally love to use a nice bone folder and just run it right down the trough of my trimmer. So you can see I've got this piece of cardstock lined up right at 2. And I'm just going to score it on all 4 sides at 2 inches. And it goes pretty quickly. You can see one last side here, and then we'll just turn this into a box. So we've got our paper that is scored, and hopefully you can see this easily on the video. If I move it a little bit, maybe it'll catch the light and you can see those score lines that go like this. It looks like a tic-tac-toe board, but the center square is a little larger than the rest. The next thing we need to do is cut where we have scored. We have those little squares in the corners. We're going to cut just one side of each of those squares, just straight across from each other. So we've got these 2 cut here, and I'm just going to turn it the other direction and cut the ones that are straight across from there, right along the score line. And it's ready to fold and use our adhesive to turn into a box. So I'm just going to fold along each of those lines really quickly. You can also do that before you do the little cut marks. So once you've got that folded, it is ready to add your adhesive to. Now let me just show you before I do that how it works. You can see that these 2 sides that we've trimmed are going to fold onto the inside, and then adhesive will go to create that box. So I'm going to turn it over to the back and add my adhesive to those little squares in the corners, and then just turn this into a darling little box. And you can see how I'm creating a box the exact same size as my example here. Now for the top of the box, this is the bottom, for the top, it needs to be able to fit over the top of this one. So I'm still going to use the exact same size of a piece of paper, and I'm just going to score the sides slightly smaller. So instead of at 2 inches, I'm just going to go in just a hair and score each of those just slightly, like about a 1/16 of an inch smaller than the 2-inch mark. And that way the center will fit right over the top of the other one. and you won't have any problem having those two work together. So I've done that. We would do the exact same thing we did before, fold and trim right there, right there, right there. And then you can see how that would be able to easily, you'll be able to see if I hold this, I think, slide that right in on the box. Now, I talked to you about being able to do other sizes. Let's say you had you wanted a 10-inch square box with 2-inch sides. Then you would take a 12-inch piece of cardstock, score it 2 inches, fold the sides, and you would end up with a 10-inch square box with 2-inch sides. Or let's say you had something really shallow and you just wanted a 1-inch side and maybe a 5-inch box. So you would cut a 7x7 piece of cardstock, and then you would score it 1 inch all the way around. You'd have a 5-inch center and 1-inch sides. So this really can work for almost any size box that you can make out of a 12x12 piece of cardstock. Isn't that fun? And I can think of all kinds of things that would fit in this cute little box. Once you get it created, then you can decorate it like we have. You can see we've added some pattern paper and borders, stamps, stickers, whatever makes your box look darling, that's up to you. Okay, now let's move on to this second project. As a reminder, it is this cute little envelope, and that again is perfect for a Valentine or just a little treat or to put on top of a present. So let's begin by showing you what product you need from us to be able to create that envelope. These are our hexagon thin cuts, our dies, and you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes of hexagons in there. So they're so versatile. We're going to use this largest hexagon right here. And I'm going to move my trimmer out of the way. And I'm just gonna lay the hexagon here so you can kind of see what we've used along with those two. And I've cut myself a hexagon here from a piece of Glacier cardstock. And I thought I'd bring this in so you can see this as I work. You can see that this hexagon, I'm gonna lay it right on top of this blue one, was once that blue hexagon. And all we need to do is get rid of these two little corners. So to do that, I'm going to use my ruler. And this is my Versamat that has measurements on it. I've got the tip lined up right here at the 7-inch mark, which if I'm gonna go down 1.5 inches, means I need to go to the 5.5-inch mark. So let's just use our ruler, and I'll just use my pencil and draw myself a really light line right along that area right there. Then the next thing we need to do is go in 3/4 of an inch from the edge. So I'll just use my ruler to go in 3/4 of an inch right here. And then on this other side, do the same thing. And those measurements are right here on this little white piece that I've provided for you. And I think they'll be provided in the blog post that this video is posted on. So all I'm doing is cutting out the corner that we created with those two measurements on each side. And it's that simple. At that point, all we need to do is score this little line that we made. So I'll bring my trimmer back in and we'll do a quick score line right here. And it's ready to fold right in. So we would fold in this bottom and the two sides up to where it is. There we go. And then all we need to do is unfold it so that these two sides can go in. We just add a little bit of adhesive right here at the bottom of the sides. Put that folded part up and it is ready to add something cute inside. Isn't that great? And look how cute they are if you do them out of pattern paper and add cute stickers and papers and stamps to get them whatever look you are looking for. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make these two projects and that you will have fun making them for yourself.